What's going on, y'all? It's your girl Ebony, and I'm back with another video, another message, another level of understanding, another word from the Most High God. Hi, you guys. What is up? What's going on? This has been pressing in my spirit to discuss, and we're going to be talking about the Delilah spirit. We're going to be talking about what is your conscience saying. We're going to be talking about overcoming the prideful mentality in which you feel like you can conquer everything through your own understanding. So, where I want to start is relationally, friendship-wise, family-wise, does not matter. Relationally, romantically, when God tells you when God makes you to be alarmed of somebody or makes you aware of somebody's behavior, and you feel as though you have the ability to outsmart that person because you're stronger or you're more knowledgeable, whatever the case is, you can sometimes outsmart yourself. You know that saying? I used to say this about some people from my hometown growing up. You could be so smart, you dumb. They so smart, they dumb. And so the thing is, it's these Delilah spirits that come into our life. And I say spirit because this could be male or female. But they come into our lives and where we are in our lives to strictly break us down. And they come with this sort of attraction that makes you actually want to be around them because the way that they present themselves, at first they seem to be cool or to your liking, everything is all good. But then as you begin to get closer and closer with these individuals, they begin to study you, observe you, become obsessed with understanding how you're so strong, what makes you so much different than them. God will give you signs about a person before you even get to the point of getting close with them. He will warn you. He will show you red flags. He will give your gut a halt and make you be like, I don't know. It's something else about them too that just don't feel real, blah, blah, blah. Feel good to your spirit. It just don't sit well with your spirit. And so that's the thing that you got to pay attention to. And the story that I just remember in the Bible is about Samson and Delilah. Samson was a child of God, born with the Spirit of God, and he was born with supernatural abilities. He was born with this gift in which he can take on entire civilizations, entire nations. He could take on a whole, you know what I'm saying? He had them hands. He was strong-willed. He was made supernaturally strong. That's for these strong friends out here, for these strong families, and moving in the prophetic. This is a side note. I'm called to warn the children of God. I'm called to say things that God wants to wake you up on before things happen, you know. And so this was just sitting in my spirit, the story of Samson and Delilah. Samson had been so strong already to defeat so much that he was called to defeat to protect the people, the Israelites, because they were oppressed by the Philistines. Now, Delilah actually was a Philistine, and Samson still was attracted to her, which means they were on completely different walks of life, but yet it was just something about her that attracted him to her. But God had already warned him to stay away from the valley, stay away from that area, because he knew that his weakness was lying there. But it's like one of those situations where you tell your child, no, they can't do something, or no, they can't go somewhere, and they got to go see for themselves, or no, those people not good for you. I remember when I was younger, my mom had experienced certain issues with family members, and I would just always wonder, like, why she don't hang with these people, da 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 da. They seem so cool and fun. But my mom had already walked down that road and experienced the simple fact that these people can switch up on you easily. And she will always tell me, like, what they do to me, they gonna do to you. But you want to be hard-headed, go see for yourself. And so when I would go see for myself, what happened was I was roped in to their kindness, to their light side of them. But Satan first come revealing himself, as light. But long story short, the dark gonna always come out. You feel me? When you purely in God, when you're purely born by the Spirit of God, you're gonna always see, because you are the light. You're gonna always reveal the darkness, no matter where it's trying to pretend, whatever mask is up, it's going to show. But, excuse me, it's up to you to play a blind eye with that, And so when Samson seen the girl, he wanted her. You feel me? He was tempted. He wanted to try it out. He wanted to see what's up. And so his parents even warned him. That's another thing. His parents even warned him, like, that's a Philistine, boy. Do you know? Like, that's going completely against your destiny of why God created you, And so Delilah, her name in a biblical form means languishing. And at that time, names were given to tell a person's future. And so languishing, when you look it up in the dictionary, the Webster dictionary, like when you go further to see what languishing actually means, it means weakened and so much more. Her whole name was given to tell him. You feel me? She was just doing what she was called to do. You feel me? Yeah, she had the situation. Let me give y'all the story if y'all haven't read it. Go read it. It's in Judges. But the story or the scenario with her was, her father was in debt to the Philistines. When he passed on, that debt was still on her name. So she had been a slave to the Philistines due to her father's debt. So she had to work it off, right? And she looked at Samson as an opportunity. She looked at Samson as an opportunity so she can relieve her own self from what she was already born into, strife and struggle, and things that was just not what he was about. So she immediately wanted to entrap him. He looking at her as if, I can have her for my prize, my wife, she beautiful, da 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 da, I can do whatever I want. He was mighty of himself. And sometimes we get big-headed. And, sometimes we think we can conquer it all because we know ourselves. We're so strong. You be so strong physically and you be so weak when it comes to love. That's one thing about men. They are so strong physically. They can be. But it'll take that one woman that corrupt their whole entire agenda of what God was doing for them in their life, or break their gift. And so, long story short, when they came together, immediately she started to reveal herself. Immediately she showed red flags. She started off asking him, why is he so strong? What makes him so strong? Where did he get his strength from? Whenever you tell somebody you got your strength from God and that's not enough and they still digging and they still searching, that's a problem. That's a problem, because you fishing for information. You're not content with me. You're trying to change me. You're fishing, you're digging beyond my surface. You're not allowing me to open up to you. You're rushing my process. That's weird. That's weird that you think of it. You feel me? When a person becomes so close to you and so quickly they want to be all in your business. They want to know this about you. They want to know why this didn't work. They're trying to study you. And you got to be careful of these Delilah spirits. She asked him and he set her up. You feel me? He told her which this should have been enough for him, but it wasn't. He told her if you tie me down with these strings of rope, I won't be able to break loose. So she done went to the Philistines, which was his enemies, and told them immediately. He wake up, he tied down in rope, he break free. He looking at it as a moment to empower himself, so he laugh at her like, ha, ha, ha. But he not knowing she taking this information directly to his oppressor, directly to the devil, directly to the enemy's team. They was regular people, don't get me wrong, but you got to know that we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but spiritual wickedness in high places. These people was waiting for Samson. These people that she giving this information to, these people couldn't wait to trip Samson up. They was waiting on the downfall, praying on the downfall. You feel me? And so he laughing or whatever because it make him look good, because he's strong. He's showing off his supernatural abilities like most of us do. We become happy in ourselves that we have power, and we want to flex a little bit. We want to flex. We can't help it. It's time to flex a little bit, but that's why God tell you do not be too wise of yourself. You feel me? But long story short, he did it again. She get mad. She all crying. That's another thing about them Delilah spirits. Oh my God. They know how to victimize. They know how to cry. They know how to make you feel guilty. They know how to do so much to make you seem like you the one that's wronging them, when really you're responding to their behavior. You feel me? Like you're protecting yourself from their behavior. And that's the crazy part. You really gotta watch out, because once you become so entangled in the involvement with people, and you being strong and also having the Spirit of God, you got a good heart. And so you can become so entangled and infused with that person. Now you established a love for that person. You look beyond their flaws and you look at them as just a person and not what they attached to, not what's attached to them. And so long story short, again, he asked her again, she asked him again, what is it that makes you get your strength? She study digging. He well, if you tie me up with rope, but it gotta be new rope. He changed it up just a little bit. She go back, tell the information to her source, boom. They come back. He tied up. She he break loose. He put his big flex on. He break loose can't nothing stop me. Can't nothing hold me back. Don't you know I don't fall? Come on now. And so, yeah, high strong, just like, yeah, whatever. But long story short, I keep saying that, but that's my favorite little word, I guess. I don't know. But listen, he laughed it off again. She completely become depressed. She start her emotions of victimization starts to fall over onto him, because she like, I don't think you love me. You just doing this to me. Why you won't be honest? Why you won't tell me where you get your strength from? You couldn't love me. Now it's manipulation at this point. Now it's mind games. You feel me? They don't know what to do to weaken you. And this one thing I'm going to tell y'all. We give our power away when we get in these relationships. We get to telling these people that we become invested in our old past life, what people did to hurt us, what they did to scar us. We give them the key to our breaking point. We give them access to understand what it takes to break us. If you give a person a key to all your scars, if those scars are still wounds in your heart, baby, if they touch the same scar, if they do the same thing, that's a little bit of control or manipulation which they could go off of, and you won't think at the time that they're doing it intentionally, because you got a good heart. Not everybody moved the way you move. Not everybody was born with the Spirit of God. You know what I'm saying? Some people actually have to go and make wrong decisions in order to get convicted so that the Spirit of God be birthed within them. You got to realize that. And they can use your hurt against you to benefit them. There are so many people that's selfish, because again, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but spiritual wickedness in high places. And why do I say that? Is because these demonic forces in these certain realms are preying on your downfall. They are attached to these people bloodlines in which they have not broken generational curses. So their main objective, they don't know, the person don't know why they do it, but the spiritual realm does. Their main objective is to stop the child of God that has the Spirit of God, that has the capability to wipe out a whole nation of their people who does things to oppress God's children. It's a war. We be fighting a whole war, and we got to stop looking at people as if we all are the same, because we're not. You got to look at it like God said. Look at the fruit of a thing. And also, when God warned you, take that warning and just move. Take that warning and just get out. Take that warning and just go. Because the very thing that she did to weaken him, and when she became weak, which her name is actually meaning that was one thing he could not take. He was weak to hear that woman cry. He was weak in that way, and she played on his weakness. You got those Delilah spirits that will come into these men's life, and they will cause havoc in their life. And they will want them to buy everything for them and cry about the things they don't get them, so much to the point where them men don't even buy themselves nothing. And then the woman, when she mad, she don't even appreciate it. She go and throw it right up in your face, all the things that you heard about, all the things that you said, opened up to her about. She use it against you. You feel me? And you really gotta, and the men do this too. There are some men that act like miserable women that portray these same type of systematic behaviors, because honestly, I feel like they probably still upset with their mama. They probably got mommy issues. You know what I'm saying? And so, watch your back. When you got the Spirit of God, God always give you direction. He lets you know certain things before time happen. When Samson caved in and gave Delilah his secret. He told him, after she got the crying and all that, he like, what happens, how I lose my strength is if somebody cut my hair. So guess what the old girl did? What that heifer did? That heifer cut his hair. She cut his hair, and the Philistines came straight after him because they couldn't defeat him with his supernatural abilities. They couldn't go after him when he was so strong. They had to wait till he get weak. And you be wondering why these people wait till you get weak to come after you, or they try to weaken your spirit to target you. Like, I remember back in the time, like, I had some friends I was hanging with, and on my birthday, they waited till I got drunk to try to approach me. No, that's not a real friend, because you don't have to get me diluted. You don't have to get me drunk in order to feel like you gotta now you want to stand up to me. Nah, bruh. If we friends, you should be able to tell me immediately when you feel something about me that is offending you. And I'm just saying, that's a side note. But yeah, I don't know, I felt led to say that. And another thing is, though, soon as the people came, his oppressors, the Philistines, came to get Samson after his hair was cut, the first thing they did was blot out his eyes. They took his eyes. And I kept asking God, why would they want to take his eyes, Lord? Like, what would be, like, come on, that represent blindness. You understand? That represents, like, let me tell you, I've been into predicaments where I went into a situation where I seen the red flags and I kept going down that path, and I end up loving a person. And that next thing you know, I was no longer as strong as I thought I could be. I was no longer seeing my supernatural abilities. It felt like I lost them. It felt like a covering was placed over my eyes. It felt like now I was moving dark in the same way that the other person was moving. I was first the one that was more spiritually inclined, but then I started moving like this person, as if I didn't even grow up in the spirit of God. It was so weird to me. I was in the dark. You understand? These people can't wait to snatch your eyes. Your eyes are connected to God. They're connected to the source of light. What you see in your eyes, it produces fruit of what you do, what your action do. And that's why us children of God, we love knowledge. We love to fill our mind, fill our vessel, fill our body up with so much knowledge and wisdom and light of positivity, of things that's productive. And we take on those things through our eye lenses. You know, we take on those. I'm sorry, y'all, if this light been in there the whole time. But we take on those. You understand? We take on everything we see. Most of us are seers, have the gift to see. So going after these people, man, just let them go. I'm trying to tell you, they ain't worth it. You can love them from afar. You feel me? I'm not trying to tell you that you can't go around these people. No, what I'm telling you is, when God give you a warning, a red flag, you take that and you pocket that. You put the seatbelt on that, and when you around them people, keep your seatbelt on. I don't care how nice they pretend to be. I don't care how smiley, goo goo, gaga, ha ha ha, girl, I'm proud of you, da 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 da. They can switch on you in a second, male or female. It could be your own family. It could be your best friend. It could be your coworkers. It could be your your husband. It could be your spouse, your wife, your mom, your dad. It don't matter. If the shoe fit, wear it. Protect yourself, because it's not a game. It's not a joke. You know what I'm saying? It's not a joke. It's really not a joke. It's not a joke. But I love y'all guys. That was all I have for today. I hope this word sit well in your spirit. I hope this push you to let go of them people that, my kids hate when I do that. Y'all see that spit flying out my mouth? People who no longer serve you. Just because it's time to go up, it's time to ascend. You want your peace. Samson, the only way he could get his strength back is he had to die. Child. He prayed to God, like, God, just give me the strength one more time so I can wipe out this Philistine nation. Went through all this because of a woman, when you had the opportunity to just listen to God. How many of us have been there and ain't going back? And if you was about to go back, don't. This is your warning, prophetically. I love you. I hope you have a great day. And keep that thought trained. That thought, train of thought, keep it trained. Let your spirit lead. Be blessed. Bye.